Quick story about this car. I picked it up 3 or 4 blocks away from my house, so it was pretty close. I didn't realize it when I found it, but it was in the backyard of somebody I actually knew. Didn't know they had this car. Apparently, the original owner, when they passed away, their son took it home. Of course, the son by now was an elderly man. He took it home, parked it in his yard, and that's where it sat until what you see here, me dragging it home. It does have less than 30,000 original miles. The woman bought it originally. It was her daily driver, and apparently she didn't drive it very much. It does have a little bit of rust in the rockers and some wear and tear just from being alive for decades, but not too bad. Got it in the backyard here. A little bit of a tight fit there, but I ended up pushing it further forward, closer to the garage with the intentions of working on it. But then it sat, and this is its present condition. So it's almost like a not a barn find, but almost like I'm picking in my own yard, finding something cool. I've always wanted one of these square body Valiants. I had a Duster, 70 Duster, when I was younger, and of course it's a different body style. I've always liked these square ones. Even being a 4-door, I think it can still be cool. Well, today is the day we're going to find out if she runs or if she's just been taking up space in the yard. Well, either way, she's been taking up space in the yard. Just for historical documentation here. Last inspected in '02, so 22 years ago. First thing we gotta do is get all this stuff off of it. Oh, there we go. Make sure nothing comes running out on me. Always a little paranoid. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. Look at that. Leaning Tower of Power. That's probably no good. I think that'd be a safe guess. Alright, so where's the distributor's way down there. I haven't seen under this hood for a couple years, but I haven't messed with a Mopar motor in decades. So before I brought it home, I did turn it over by hand, and it was not locked up. That was many years ago. Something's been living under here. There's some mouse turds. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is see if it turns over. Alright, cool. Not completely locked up, but that doesn't mean a whole bunch. We need it to go all the way around. Alright, so where are we here? Boy, there's not a lot of room in there. I wonder if I should just try it by bumping the starter. afraid to do that though. Just in case. Let's just see. Okay, well, that's as far as it'll go turning the fan. Oh, good grief. It is very hard to get in there. Well, I guess turning it backwards didn't help either. So that's probably why I stopped turning. Probably should have marked the fan blade that was up. Hey, I just felt some compression there. Alright, I'm gonna say that's good. Ugh. I'm gonna say that's good. She'll turn over. Alright. Put a battery in, put the key in. I'm sure it's not gonna start. We'll just turn it over a couple times. Make sure it's free. Get some oil moving around. Looking to see if this had a date on it, but I don't. Oh, wait a minute. What's that say? Purchase date February 20th of 2000. No, February 28th of 2000. Yeah, that's probably no good. That battery tray is definitely not any good. Alright. Oh, yeah, these are gross too. Oh. I have to get my terminal cleaners. I know I have the brush type terminal cleaner, but I also found this, which is like I guess a reamer for the terminal and like a scraper. The battery came out of my bus though, so I know it doesn't need all that. Wow, that is exactly what that is. Cool. This one's got, I hope they're dead, like spider skeletons or something, and a whole spidey nest there that I don't want to stick my finger in. Oh, let's see if I can. Ugh. Yeah, that would have creeped me out. Gross. Super gross. Alright. Not sure. This is. I don't know. I don't know which one this is. It's the bigger one. Bigger one's positive, right? That right? Boy, that does clean it up nice. This one here goes straight to the. Alright, that one goes to the block, so that's negative. So that one is positive. Those are a little ugly, but I think we'll be okay. Well, you know what? Let's just try it. I've never even used this thing. I've never used this thing, so I don't know. Oh, it says negative and positive right on it. Let's see. I don't want to ruin my battery. Well, it cleans it up, but it scrapes a little layer off. So I don't know if that's worth it or not. Grief. That should be good enough. It was working in the van, so just like it was. Alright, So, battery's hooked up. We have 0 to worry about if it's going to start or not, so I don't have to worry about gas or any of that. Okay, we're just going to see if it turns over. Well, that's a problem. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can go in from the passenger side. Oh, good grief, the door's not. Okay, passenger side it is. Lost some footage there, not exactly sure where you guys cut out. Ignition switch doesn't work. So this will be a third car in a row, or third thing. Bobcat, Gia, now this. The ignition switch doesn't work first try. Anyway, we're just gonna bump the starter. We just wanna see if the thing will turn over. Alright, let's see here. Oh my goodness. That baby turns over free. Let's see, the ignition doesn't work. I don't know if it's for power or for start or what. So we will bypass the ignition switch and hook us hot straight to the coil. Well, I'm sure them points need filed. So let's just go over there. See if we can get down in there. Man, that is tight. Why in the world is it way down there? Oh, there's the coil. Okay, good. Very good. So I just bring power to that. Them points have got to be filed. How could they not? Let me find a tiny file, tiny screwdriver, and a wire. I'll be right back. Alright, got some supplies here. Let's see if we can get down in there. I'm not even a professional. I'm not an amateur. I don't even know how these things come off. It looks like it's got one clip on the side here. That would lead me to believe there should be a clip on the other side. Oh, I guess not. She just kind of popped off of there. Let's see, that is tight. What a weird design. Having it way down there. Not terrible. We'll clean it because it's out. Just kind of hit that edge just a little bit. Would have been nice if I did it straight. There we go. That should do. Yeah, that's nice and clean. Alright, now the points. A long time ago I had one of these with a, well, not one of these, it was a 70. It was a duster. Okay, so I didn't have one of these. Mine was a V8 though. Everything was on top. And of course, I'm normally messing with Volkswagens. And everything's right there where you can get to it. So this feels a little odd. Having the distributor way down here. Alright. I ran it through a couple times. That's weird, it's only got a clamp on one side. I don't understand how that works. But apparently it does. These motors, I made these motors for years. Uh-oh, now I don't know how to get back. Oh, that oil filter's upside down too. Weird. Very, very weird. Oh, shoot. Seems like that will make a mess every time you take it off. Alright, points are filed. Rotor button's back on, that's important. Filed the points, put the rotor button back on. I've forgotten to do that before. Let's see if this cord's going to be long enough. That side's the negative, which means this side should be positive. That's going to be iffy. That's going to reach or not. Somebody must have started a howl. Alright. Let's see here. Get you in a good spot. Oh, she's sparking. Make sure that's hot. Yeah, that's hot. Gotta take this lid off. If we need it, I'm gonna dump some gas in there. See what happens. That's actually not too bad in there. Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna need it, so we're trying to see if it starts. Should have like a small cup or something. Oh, you know what? I need to find a small cup. This is something. Alright, let me see what I can find. So, let's go with the rattle can lid. Ooh, that's a lot. That's alright. That's good. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Alright. Get some juice. Ooh. She's ready. She's ready. Alright, we got gas. There, obviously. Spark. Let's see, let's see. Oh, come on. Oh! Nah, come on. Really? That easy? This AC line. It's not even attached to anything, but it's rattling around like crazy. Oh, starter fluid. Let's give this a try. Do my switch here. Hold on. Alright, motor's shaking around. It's kind of hard to hold the screwdriver. Undo that. Kind of hard to hold the screwdriver on the terminal down here. So this is made for a bug, or I made it for a bug, where you got the, anyway, you got those two fittings on it. And that's not going to work on here, so we'll have to clamp one fitting with an alligator clamp of some sort. Probably brought one that was too big. Alright, let's see. Ah, that's better. Okay. Where's my lid of gas? Oh, I need some juice. It's not gonna work without the juice. Are you serious? I probably flooded it that time. Oh my goodness, this thing wants to go. Alright, so I don't know. Okay, alright. I don't know about the this. I know on a Volkswagen you can pull the top of the carb off and fill it with gas. I don't know if you can do that on this one. I'm guessing no, but I really don't know. Try to fill it through the overflow there and see what happens. Oh, that's gonna get me every time, isn't it? All right. It may not even be firing on all six. All right. It wants to. It wants to so bad. So, shoot. I really don't know anything about these. I'm gonna pull that bowl off though. Oh man, it barely fits. So barely that I'm gonna say it doesn't fit. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking if it was getting a steady supply of fuel, I just get the feeling it would run. Because it basically starts right up. It just won't stay running. It seems to me that would be a fuel issue. I should just undo this and get it out of the way. Looks like some emissions nonsense. I mean, super important emissions stuff that every car needs. What I did not want to do was lose pieces. Alright, this is a 1920 model Harley. And I was optimistic. I was optimistic that this thing was going to run. So I went ahead and ordered a rebuild kit. It was like 16 bucks. So if it didn't run, not that big of a loss. So I think we're going to go ahead and pull this thing apart. Clean it. Put the rebuild kit in it. Put it back together and see what happens. Okay, there was a lot of head scratching going on here, partially because I've never done it before, and also another part was because I'm used to a Weber, which is all self-contained. So I'm trying to figure out how come the throttle's not snapping closed, how come the chokes, there's nothing holding the choke closed. But once I put it back on the car, then I realized, oh, there's a spring that holds the throttle closed. And the thermostat's actually connected to the intake manifold, not all built into the carburetor. So I just fish out of water. Cool thing, this little piece right here that I had dropped actually fell into a spider web on the exhaust instead of on the ground. So I was able to retrieve that. Okay, anyway, as you can see, carburetor is pretty clean. Got the new kit in there. Once I got into it, this carb is actually very, very simple, which is cool because that fits me. So, what I forgot to do the first time was check the oil. Look, I'll call that good. The carburetor is empty. I didn't put any gas in it. Try to fill the bowl a little bit. If we can get it to start up and run for more than a few seconds, I'll put a MPT port on here, or a barb fitting. Obviously it's MPT. Put a barb fitting on there and do the siphon trick with the red gas can. That is way too much gas. But let's see what happens. Maybe a fireball, I don't know. Alright. Don't want to lose any of this little stuff that's balanced on the fender here. It's pretty much exactly what it was doing before. Trying to fill the carb through the breather tube. It's not quite working like I had hoped. Alright, before this battery goes dead, we're going to try the siphon trick. So, let me go get some stuff. Alright, this is probably the jankiest fuel setup I've ever done, but it's working, at least temporary. It's not, well, it's leaking. Leaking under the carb too. I must have the bowl must be leaking, so I'm going to tighten that up. But but we want to make sure this thing runs. So let's see what happens. Hey! Dies off as soon as you hit the gas. Alright, cool. Feels like I should be more excited, but for some reason I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm tired. Not too sure about that though. What is going on here? Alright, cool. I gotta fix that leak. Both of them. And we'll give that another try. Looks like the choke isn't working. If that was working, I think it would run better. But anyway, tighten these up. And let's see what we get. Alright, turns out that gasket here wasn't sitting quite flat, so pulled it out, got it in there right, tightened up my janky setup. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, what's going on with that? I think my siphon's not good. Oh my goodness, there we go. Now we got gas. Running's great, but if it don't move, it don't do me much good. Let's see. Where is the transmission fluid? Transmission fluid over there. Coolant. This thing shouldn't be hot. It's got coolant in it. I can't imagine it's any good. Yeah, completely empty, which that's okay. Give me a good chance to put some in and see if it leaks out anywhere. Alright, so let's do that. Oh, well, now it's overflowing. Alright. start with that. Let's put some air in these tires. Maybe check the transmission fluid first. How about that? I don't think I had any, so this thing's empty. No point in putting air in the tires. I think you're supposed to. Oh, no way! That thing fell right off. Oh, bummer. That's not good. These might be too fat. I hear water. Coming from the front of the motor. Bummer. Look at it. Is it coming from the water pump, maybe? Doesn't look like it's coming out of that hose. It's above the hose. Yeah, look, it's wet right there too. You can see it dripping down on that pulley. Where's that coming from? That's got to be the water pump. Okay, well, water pump's not too bad. Coolant dripping out of a block somewhere. That's bad. Alright, we're not going to run it long. Just want to see if she can move. Can't even go fast because we don't have brakes. I'm sure we don't have brakes. It's pushing it further in. Here we go. Alright. Oh, jeez. It's just constant, man. Constant. One thing after the other. Oh no, she's not dry. Okay. Alright, good. That's what I was worried. I want to try to move it if it was bone dry inside. Just want to put that on just enough to do some good. But not so much that we cause a problem. Probably gonna end up losing that. Okay. So look at this one. I actually had to dig that one out. Glad I put the cap on it. Because I'm sure I've filled these before. Thing may not want to come out of this hole. Especially if it's not idling right. Right here. That was something else. See what happens. Not quite as bad as the other one. Can I reach it? Oh, just barely. If I struggle.
Had to dig itself out of a pretty big hole back here. That's got to be 6 inches deep. One flat for sure, one going flat, and another one that's mostly flat. And it still moved under its own power. Nice. So if I do one thing at a time, first thing I'll do is get a real setup there so I can, so it doesn't drip. Then the water pump, you don't want to run it. Don't want to run it if it's not cooling. This thing completely empty. Yeah, pretty empty. Alright, don't want to run it long with no coolant. So fuel line, water pump, ignition switch. What the heck is that? I have to check the fuses. But now I can get the door open. I moved it up some. So cool. Okay. Probably go ahead and stop this one right here. Didn't quite get as much done as I had hoped, but it does do this. Oh no! Let's see, I might have ran the gas out. There we go. So it does do that. So, cool. Alright, well, see you next time.